Welcome back to the Monday Night Wars. I'm Brett Mix from Macho Wrestling 101. This is week 38 for the WWF. It was the 165th episode of Raw in its history. It went live on the USA Network from the Brown County Expo in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was the Raw after the King of the Ring 96, the night after the 316 speech. That earned Steve Austin a main event match with Undertaker on the night. Ratings were a 2.7 for Raw and a 3.4 for Nitro. So now after this week's loss, the total scoreboard is 17 wins for the WWF, 19 losses, 2 draws all time through 38 weeks of the Monday Night War. This is the second loss, I believe, in 83 in a row for Nitro that would dominate the landscape for another 2 years. So the losing streak for Raw begins here, as it's now officially a losing streak with this second loss in a row, and it's going to last almost 2 years. And this Raw that drew the 2.7 rating to Nitro's 3.4. The 2.7 Raw was brought to you by King and McMahon from Green Bay, Wisconsin. As I said, this one was live. A lot of Raws are taped, but this one was live. McMahon welcomes us to Raw with Helmsley already in the ring. And then all of a sudden, the Ahmed Johnson's music hit, and he went, "Yes, it's Ahmed Johnson!" And he was a new IC champion after he beat Goldust the night before. So he was already in the ring. He's no longer just the winner of the first ever and only ever Kuwaiti Cup. He's now got the gold, the IC gold. No entrance theme for the Monday Night Raw either, 2 weeks in a row. No entrance theme like that. 2 weeks in a row, they just went straight to the action. I think they wanted to beat Nitro to the punch or something, because they started 3 minutes earlier. As of 2 weeks before this, they started 3 minutes early. At the 5:57 p.m. mark, or the 8:57 p.m. mark if it's Eastern. They wanted to match Nitro starting 3 minutes before. So McMahon did that. And soon he would go to 2 hours, just like Nitro moved to 2 hours. They kept one-upping each other, then they kept doing what the other person did. Soon it would be WCW copying the WWF. But right now it's McMahon just kind of taking ideas from WCW. A test of strength for Ahmed and Helmsley. A shoulder tackle. Helmsley, as the fans are heavily into Ahmed. As a kid, I really dug Ahmed. It's only as an adult when you see what to look for, it becomes obvious why he never made it past the mid-card status. I remember The Rock in an interview laughing hysterically in 1998, being asked about why Ahmed Johnson wasn't higher on the card. And The Rock, in real life, just laughed. So that shows you what the backstage thought about Ahmed Johnson. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who was supposed to be King of the Ring, instead is a curtain-jerking jobber on this night. First match, curtain jerker, jobber, loser. So Helmsley lost this match to Ahmed Johnson. It's really interesting to see that the careers of The Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H all became big based on the frustration of their earlier careers. It really is interesting to see those three, who are arguably top 10 names in the WWE history, all had early struggles and then turned those early struggles into something that made them great. Triple H says when he became the Game in 1999 that those 5 years after the curtain call destroyed him, and now it made him the Game. The Rock, obviously with the Rocky Sucks chance, became The Rock. Austin, obviously with his firing in WCW, etc., etc. So they talk about Goldust in a split screen, talks about how he's moved on to The Undertaker, but in the end, Ahmed Johnson won with this match with a Pearl River Plunge, and it wasn't an IC title match, but he defends it nonetheless, and he's victorious the night after he won it. I rated the star match and a half. Star and a half. Match and a half. I rated the match a star and a half. Ahmed cut a promo with Doc Hendricks about he's the first African American IC champion, but he says it's not about that. It's about being the people's champion. So he says he's a man of the people and wants to defend the title for the people. Skip and Zip with the new manager Cloudy take on the Brooklyn Brawler and Jerry Fox. I know it sounds like a banger. Sonny did commentary for the match and had a lot of comments for the new manager Cloudy, saying that he smelled or she smelled. I don't even know if it's a he or she. Zip taking it to the Brooklyn Brawler and Skip off at the top of the double axe handle. Jerry Fox slapped a sleeper on Skip, but he came back with a swinging neck breaker. Said he talks about bringing in a new star. I believe she's talking about Farouk Assad. I believe that's who the new star is, but I could be wrong on that. Crowd was, we'll have to see in the coming weeks. Crowd was completely dead while the Bodydontists went to work. Then the crowd popped when the match ended. It was more of a yes, let's move on clap. Skip and Zip are capable wrestlers, though, so I'll give it a star rating. Just a star. Vader, Owen, and Davey Boy, Jim Cornette's team with Diana Hart-Smith, took on Aldo Montoya, Savio Vega, and Barry Horowitz. So pretty much Savio Vega and two jobbers. Camp Cornette's obviously victorious here. Davey Boy got a big pop when he came in and overpowered Savio Vega. Vader came in with big rights and a big splash in the corner and on the canvas floor. Owen then came in after the Bulldog power slammed Montoya. Owen came in to give him a sharpshooter so they could win by submission. Camp Cornette is victorious. I gave the match 2 stars. Brian Pillman then comes out for an interview, and he says to McMahon at the commentary table, "Who the hell do I need to talk to get my goddamn money?" He says, "I've been here a week, and I haven't got my goddamn money." I'm sorry, but you need to see Brian Pillman. It's hilarious. Also, his promo at King of the Ring 96 goes untalked about because Stone Cold cut the promo at King of the Ring 96. But if you watch Brian Pillman's promo at King of the Ring 96, he says he's going to rape the Federation and he's going to... like it's a pretty badass promo, but it never gets talked about or thought about because there was a different promo on that night that really stole the headlines. But go back and watch that King of the Ring 96 promo if you can. But this is just a hilarious line that he delivers to McMahon. Knowing that he's talking to the owner, too, is the funny part. The Undertaker with Paul Bearer took on Stone Cold Steve Austin in the main event. This is the earliest, to my knowledge, televised Austin-Undertaker match. This might be the earliest Undertaker-Austin match. But, I mean, I doubt it because there's so many live events back then. They did live events 7 out of 10 nights. So... the chances of Austin and Taker meeting are probably pretty good before this. But this is the first, I believe this is the first televised match. But it could be the first match to get them together. Either way. Taker chokes out Steve in the corner and delivers right hands. Just like he delivered against Mankind the night before. They had a great match in Milwaukee the night before. They put over the international incident in your house coming up. They talk about all the chaos with Mankind and how Undertaker and Mankind was a great match, and it was. They put over how tough Austin was to go to the hospital and come back with stitches and the whole 9 yards there. Undertaker grabs the throat of Austin, but Austin comes back and chops at the Undertaker. He kept chopping at the leg. He tried to pick out the torque the leg, work the lower extremity to make Undertaker get off his vertical base, and taking the taller man down bigger and chopping him down to size. Austin worked over the leg and elbowed his leg, ramming into the canvas, going outside the ring and ramming his leg into the steel ring post. Undertaker's never lost back-to-back, and he lost to Mankind the night before, so McMahon said if he loses to the new King of the Ring, Steve Austin, that'll be the first time in Undertaker's career he's lost back-to-back. Fans chant rest in peace as Austin shakes his head no. Austin drops his body weight onto Undertaker, Stone Cold with a modified figure 4, working on the ankle and the knee, trying to hyperextend the knee, then slammed his knee to the mat, all of the weight on that knee. All of a sudden, Goldust and Marlena come to the ring. Undertaker hits a choke slam on Stone Cold. He was going to pick him up for the tombstone, but Goldust, who was standing by the ring, got up and gave a shot to the Undertaker, disqualifying Stone Cold. So the Undertaker wins by disqualification, and I gave the match 2.5 stars. Undertaker with rights and lefts to Austin after the match. In the end, the Undertaker won, though, and Stone Cold started to run away after Undertaker got mad. And Goldust ran away as well. So Undertaker was in the ring with Paul Bearer and went down on one knee and got the urn. And Jerry the King Lawler then after that grabbed a microphone and started insulting the Undertaker, asking him where he was last night, like mentally, why he lost to Mankind. He just took a lot of shots at Mankind, and I was expecting a Mankind run-in, but we didn't get a run-in. We just had the show end with the Undertaker in the ring, winning by DQ with the lights going out and the King asking him questions. McMahon just put over what there was next week and said, "We'll see you later," and then the credits rolled. So yeah, the show closed with McMahon saying, "Look at this," and the King on the microphone just tried to provoke the Undertaker, and no Mankind appearance. This episode of Raw scores a quality rating of 4.5 out of 10 because it was the night after King of the Ring. Austin and Taker met for the first time. The tag match was blah, as was Ahmed, Helmsley, and the Sixth Man. Pillman's interview was cool, but it was too short. Some guest commentary from Cornette and Sonny. Nitro was definitely the more action-packed show out of the two, and you can start to see it in the ratings, as again, this Raw got a 2.7 rating to Nitro's 3.4. We'll see what Raw gets next week. I'm Brett Mix, and for WWF RAW, and June 17th, 1996, and I'm out.